Dragonfire Tools, quality affordable storage. Proud sponsor of our DragonfireTools.com studio.
When Lou Amicone set out to design his Dragonfire Tools workbenches, he wanted something that was going to be great for the homeowner, but also great for pros who are going to abuse these things every single day. Lou, what are some of the design features you put in here to make sure that these workbenches are going to stand the test of time?
So our 14 gauge 304 stainless steel top is extremely durable and extremely rugged. Our 16 gauge galvanized steel drawer bodies are going to be able to hold the weight, especially with the deep drawers having gussets on the bottom to allow for good weight distribution in the drawer. The single rail drawers are rated for 200 pounds and the double rail drawers are rated for 400 pounds.
I'm going to put my money where my mouth is here on this one here. Said, how much, 400 pounds?
Yeah.
I'm nowhere close to 400 pounds, but it's going to hold me, and you know it's going to stand up to the abuse every day of putting your tools in and out of this thing as well. And what about keeping dust out and keeping this thing clean?
The backs and the bottoms of the workbench are fully enclosed. So you don't have to worry about the dust and the dirt getting in there all over your tools.
And what about cleaning the surface here if it gets dirty or dusty?
With the stainless steel, it's extremely maintenance-free. So even if you're writing a Sharpie on there, you can easily take it off.
And do you offer additional protection as well for that?
Yeah, we have a 1/4 inch thick solvent-resistant rubber mat that can go on the top. So if you're doing things like rebuilding heads, for a vehicle and you don't want that metal-on-metal contact, or you're going to be doing a lot of banging on stuff, that 1/4 inch solvent-resistant rubber mat is practically indestructible.
Well, you can bet if you get a workbench from Dragonfire Tools, this is a piece you're going to be handing down through the generations. You can order one now at DragonfireTools.com, and there's a special discount code for Motorhead Garage viewers, keyword Motorhead, that gets you a discount and free shipping. You know, Tom, since the 70s, I've heard people talking about air ride, air suspension, and today your Tesla has it as well. Is that the same technology that's been around for 50 years?
Well, some of the technology is the same. They all have air compressors that pressurize a part, but the part varies quite a bit. From the 70s, it was probably air shocks, where you were replacing the hydraulic shock absorber with a shock absorber that you can pressurize with air to raise the vehicle height up independent of the load. So you load up the back of your car and you can raise it up so it's not sagging. There can be an aftermarket part where you install it and you have a switch where you adjust it, and some cars have it as original equipment, so the computer is adjusting the height. The other thing you'll hear about is air springs. Instead of the shock absorber, you're replacing the coil spring with an air bladder that raises the vehicle up, and it can actually smooth out the ride even when the vehicle's not loaded, so you don't have the jounce in the back of a pickup truck. And with these, you still have the hydraulic shock absorber, so you need to replace that as part of maintenance. If you don't replace the shock absorber, you'll wear out the air spring faster and other suspension parts, and braking won't be as good. The final one is the air strut, where the strut takes over the job of the spring. It's actually part of the architecture of the suspension. Like with the Tesla, you have those at each corner, and you have a computer that can adjust the ride height for each individual corner of the vehicle. So you're going around a corner, you increase the pressure on this side and lower the pressure on that side. And a lot of vehicles are moving to that, like the Ram trucks had air springs, they're moving to air struts because you get that computer control for each corner of the vehicle.
You can buy the parts from Rockauto.com, but then installing them yourself, how easy is that compared to putting the old springs in like you used to have to do?
Well, yeah, the air shocks will bolt in like conventional hydraulic shocks. The air springs can actually be easier than coil springs. You're just deflating the old air spring and taking it out and popping in the new one. So yeah, if you can do it with the old conventional hydraulic systems, you can do it with an air system too.
You can do it yourself. You can get the parts at rockauto.com. Whether you're installing air shocks in an old vehicle or maintaining a system that already has air suspension, they have all the parts your car will ever need. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coating, so don't go anywhere.